Have you ever thought about what is clone and why we should use clones in Scratch? Or let me just clear them up with you. Have you ever been so angry or even excited to fire everything by clicking over and over? Have you ever wanted to get relaxed with watching Starry Night? Or even snowy weather? What about making some art here? All of these things can be created with clones in Scratch, and you can use it in every single project that you wanted to modify it. First of all, we wanted to create the first project without any extra details. In this project, we need 3 sprites here, one for a dinosaur, and the other one for the fire, and the other one for another type of dinosaurs, which comes down, and the first dinosaur has to actually fire him. So in this sprite, we have 2 different costumes, one with an open mouth and the other one with closed one. And actually we have a fire without any costumes, any actually different costume. And the other one is that another type of dinosaur which has 2 costumes here for actually flying. Okay, let's just set up the first sprite. We want this sprite to follow our mouse pointer in X direction, and we wanted to actually set the X of this sprite to our mouse X. So in this case, we have to actually say that when green flag clicked, we want to set the X to mouse X forever. Set X to mouse X forever, and whenever we actually click the green flag, we can see that it follows the mouse pointer. Okay, it's great. So after that, we wanted to say that whenever we click the dinosaur, we want to actually broadcast a message to the fire sprite and to actually open his mouth and throw some fire. So in this case, we can have this block here. And after that, we want to broadcast a message. Broadcasting a message here. Yeah, broadcast fire message. And then we want actually to switch the costume. Yeah, switch the costume to the open mouth. And then after actually half of the second, we want to actually close the mouth because it's not that much good. Close the mouth. Okay, it's good. So just try it again. Yeah, it's working. Okay, for the next part, we want this fire sprite to be thrown by this dinosaur. How can we do it? How can we do it? By each clicking, we want another fire actually, and whenever we want to click over and over, we want lots of fires here for each click. So in this case, we have to duplicate lots of fire sprites here, and it's not that much good, and it's a little bit make our project so crowded and not professional. So in this case, we need something to actually copy this sprite without duplicating it. Okay, so how can we do that? First of all, we have to hide this sprite. When we actually click the green flag, we want to hide this sprite, and then whenever and then whenever we receive fire message here, we want to show it again, but we want to move it to the top of the actually picture. So in this case, we have to say that go to Dinosaur 4, show, and then repeat until touching the edge. Repeat until touching the edge. Actually, what should we repeat? Moving. So we want to move to the top of this picture until it touched the edge. Okay. like this, but actually we want to hide it again right now. So we don't want to stop that there. So in this case, yeah. But actually we can't have lots of fires here, and the fire just stop moving here whenever we click over and over. So it's not that much good and not much sensible. So in this case, we need some clones. We need some copies actually in this specific sprite, not just by duplicating it. We want just copy it right here. So in this case, how can we do it? We can say that when I receive fire message, I want to actually create some clones, and each clone, I want each clone to do specific codes here. So in this case, we can see that we can have lots of fires here, but these fires are going there, and I have to actually delete these clones instead of hiding them. So in this case, let's see again. Yeah, we can have lots of fires as we want. Now it's time for coding the second dinosaur. We want this dinosaur to come down till it touches the edge. So we have to say that when I click green flag, I want you to change your Y by -10 till you touch the edge, and like this. But I want him to be hidden right now. I don't want to see it right there, and I wanted to show it again when I click the green flag. But I want to show it from the top of the picture, so I have to say that go to the top of the picture without touching the edge. Yeah, it's working. But for coming from random positions from the top of the picture, we have to say that go to random X and Y 157. Okay, here we have to say -20, 200, and 200. Okay, it's good. So we can have it from different parts. It's beautiful, and I can actually make this code to work forever. But it's not enough for our game. We want more dinosaurs here. For sure, we have to duplicate this sprite to have more dinosaurs here. But you know, actually duplicating this sprite is not that much professional. We can actually add some clones here. For creating some clones, we need a forever and create clone in there. And we want to actually create some clones for each second for us. And then each clone has to be shown and go to a random position and then comes down till touching the edge. After that, we need to delete this clone instead of hiding it and show it again. We need to just delete this clone to create a new clone for us after 1 second. Having more dinosaurs in the picture, we can just reduce the weight number here, and by reducing it, we can have lots of dinosaurs here. We can create it in less than 1 second. Now it's time for making the game works. So for working, we have to say that if actually the Dinosaur 3 touches the fire, actually it touches the sprite 1, or we can change the name of it and set it to fire, and whenever it touches the fire, we want to actually delete this clone again, and we don't want to continue actually moving through the ground, so we can actually fire them and delete all of these dinosaurs. Yeah, it's working. That's awesome. By having lots of clones instead of having lots of sprites, we can have a specific and professional game here. Okay, here we have the same codes as our dinosaur, which was flying. We need to make it move to the ground, and by creating this loop actually, And to have lots of clone here to make it feel snowy weather and snowfall, we have to actually make some little changes here. For example, we have to say that create lots of clone for us for each second. And then when I start as a clone, I want to do this loop to move to the ground and come down like this. Let's try it. Yeah, it's really awesome. But instead of having this conditional block, we can actually remove this one and say that repeat until touching the edge from the down part. And then after you touch the edge, delete yourself and delete this clone. But we have to say that go to the top of the screen and then come to the ground. Okay, maybe it's working right now. No, it touches the edge, so we have to reduce the height. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And then we have to actually pick the X random from 200, maybe more than 200 we can add. Yeah, and minus 220. It's really awesome. By the way, if you want lots of actually snowflakes here, we can just reduce the wait time to, for example, this. Yeah, it's really awesome. Maybe more than that is better, or maybe 0. It's really great. By adding a little bit weight here is better. You can see that in this project we can see the real sprite here, which actually doing nothing. So instead of watching this static sprite, we can hide it here and say that just show the clones to me. And in this case, it's gonna be hidden, and we can just see the clones moving to the ground, and it's really awesome. And it was one of the projects that we can actually create by clones, and it can be very useful in your other projects and in your other games, which you wanted to actually add some effects to your games and get a better version. So it was the first episode for introducing clones and creating some projects with them, and we can continue creating the other 2 projects in the next tutorial episode. Thank you so much guys for watching till the end. Hope it was useful for you, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and see you soon.